We just talked about our silk scarf, that we are a silk scarf, and sometimes we're knotted, and sometimes we are free from knots. But today, let's talk about what we do when we don't even feel like we can find that settled spot to use our prefrontal cortex to think through problems. Sometimes I find it useful to physically loosen up my muscles, my tendons, my ligaments, and somehow the loosening up of my joints helps my brain open up a little bit more. So I come up with better solutions for my situation. So I'm going to put this here as a reminder. And as always, when we take our breaths for right now, we're going to breathe with our mouth closed, out our nose. It's a great way to kind of loosen up some stress that may be held in our body. And you may want to close your eyes. You might want to have a soft gaze. Whatever works for you today. So take a deep breath in, filling, and then exhaling. Exhaling fully so you have room to take in a deep, full breath in, filling, and then when you exhale, can you leave your spine tall, but notice your shoulders making a space from your ears? Deep breath in. And as you exhale, can you relax your face muscles? One way that I sometimes find that helps me relax is take your right ear to your right shoulder, leaving the shoulder relaxed, but kind of drop it toward that right ear. Maybe you take your right hand over and place it on your head. We're not going to yank it down. We're not going to be a bully to ourselves. We're going to just let it rest gently and feeling this stretching out, because so often knots, we hold them in our body and our neck gets stiff or we get some headaches. Take a deep breath here. Release. Maybe you take that left hand and stretch it out. Our spine is still tall. We're not slumping. Take a deep breath in. Oh, I can feel all of this stretching out when I stretch out my left arm. Let's do that to the other side. Let's take a deep breath in when we're in our center spot. And take that left ear to our left shoulder. Trying to touch them. Okay. Let's take a breath before we do the other side. Deep breath in. I find that can center us and ground us right back to the center. And then take your left ear to your left shoulder. Again, we're not forcing it. And we're keeping our spine tall. And I'll take my left hand and just place it and gently release the tendons, the muscles. And I might stretch out that right arm, because boy, do I feel that stretch. Again, I'm not bullying this down. I'm just gently giving it a release. And sometimes that's what we need to do with our knots in life. Not force through running and talking about somebody else, telling other people how somebody else has done you wrong. That's a bit of a yanking on our knot tighter. Maybe we just notice that someone else is having a bad day and talking about you. Maybe we take a deep breath in and we recognize who we want to hang out with today. So another way to release is to interlace your hands, stretching them up twisting, peeking up, breathing in, breathing out, coming back to the center, breathing in and breathing out our nose, breathing, twisting to the side. I also like to take my fingers and interlace them in the back. So it looks like this. And then you stretch, opening up your heart. Taking a breath in and out. Those are just some simple ways we can stay right in our own seat to stretch out our neck and our shoulders so that we can pause and notice the knots and how maybe by taking a moment before we say anything, before we say maybe even mean things to ourselves, take a pause, recognize it, and recognize the scarf is the same as it's ever been. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.